Okay, here's your Module 9 lab activity. This one is fairly involved, at least the interface that you can be working with. First few questions, pretty straightforward. You just identify different types of boundaries between plates. So those are just, interpret the diagrams and use the drop downs. The simulation, a little more complex. You're going to be using something called the Iris Earthquake Browser. And there's a link that takes you to the Iris Earthquake Browser. And in fact, I think when it defaults, you may see a map that looks like this, where it's actually like 3 world maps kind of tied together. You want to zoom in a little bit because you don't need to have three world maps all tied together. But there's zoom controls, and you can pan your map around. You can back out, all those kind of things. Now, question 3 tells you to do some certain settings. So you're welcome to play around with the interface, but in question 3, the answer to this question, you need to change some of the settings. You need to, first of all, look for the large earthquakes from this current year. So what that means is, in the settings, you want to keep the number of earthquakes as 1,000, maximum of 1,000. But for your time range, instead of using all the available data, you want to click off the earliest available and choose January 1st of this year. And then for your magnitude range, we're looking for large magnitude earthquakes. So they've got to be 7.0 or larger. So you want to unclick all values and type in at least 7.0 to a maximum of 10. And then you hit apply, and it'll show you where those earthquakes have occurred. Question 4, you need to make some other changes. Here you want to find deep earthquakes. So you want to use all the data possible, but you want to just choose the deep earthquake. So in this case, you want to use earliest available to latest available, all magnitude ranges, but what you want to do is you want to change the depth range to be anything that's greater than 300 kilometers. And you're going to hit apply, and it's going to show you where they tend to occur. You're going to describe that. Question 5, now we want to get all values in your depth range, and you're going to use the satellite view of the world. So right now we're in map view, but notice you can change to satellite view, and you're going to describe that as well. Now, in question 6, you're going to zoom into a region. So in this case, you want to zoom into Japan. So you just click select new region, and we want to essentially choose this area over here near Japan. There's Japan, and then you say zoom to region, and it's going to pinpoint that area. That's for question 6. Question 7, do the same thing except for you want to do it in the Central Atlantic. And then finally, question 9, you want to go over to a portion of Eastern Africa and answer the questions. So it's a little more involved as far as the interface goes, but hopefully you'll learn a lot about where the world's earthquakes occur.